everybody. Welcome. Here's mud in your eye to a late show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. I'm very excited. I'm also a little tired. I'm not gonna cards on the table. I'm a little tired because I got up way early this morning and interviewed Barack Obama today. The only thing that's keeping me driving right now is my post-Obama high, which is just what you want to make you feel better after a MAGA hangover, also known as a comb-over. It was a great interview. Chris, you were there, right? Damn fine interview, right? It's conversation, just friends hanging out. Just friends hanging out, man. It was good. It was good. And in keeping with his long history of pauses, I will be airing that interview tomorrow. But of course, we have a current president that doesn't want to be a former president, and I'll tell you all about it in another edition of our never-ending segment.
No! Help me, Rudy Juan Giuliani. You're my only hope. May the fraud be with you always.
The road from the White House.
The president's slow-moving coup is not going that well. This afternoon, the Michigan Election Board certified Joe Biden's win in that state. Then tonight, we just learned moments ago that the General Services Administration informed President-elect Joe Biden the administration is ready to begin the formal transition process, according to a letter from the administrator, Emily Murphy. So it is official. Our next commander-in-chief will be President Biden, which means somewhere right now, Rudy Giuliani is filing a last-ditch legal claim that our current president's name has always been Joe Biden. Emily Murphy, who is, again, the head of the GSA, wanted to make clear that she was nobody's patsy writing, "I was never directly or indirectly pressured by any executive branch official, including those who work at the White House or GSA, with regard to the substance or timing of my decision." Adding, "Also, I'm the one who left a bag of onion rings in the bottom drawer of the Resolute desk and then forgot about it, so now the Oval Office smells like moldy onions." Then something unthinkable happened. The president made a reasonable statement, tweeting, "I want to thank Emily Murphy at GSA for her steadfast dedication and loyalty to our country. I believe we will prevail. Nevertheless, in the best interest of our country, I am recommending that Emily and her team do what needs to be done with regard to initial protocols and have told my team to do the same." Wow. Turns out this whole time, all he had to do to sound presidential was just not be president anymore. Elsewheres, in Georgia, officials have just completed a hand recount of the entire state and confirmed that Joe Biden won. So the president saw the writing on the wall and graciously asked Georgia for another election recount. He wants them to recount the recount. Mr. President, things don't necessarily get better when you ask for a do-over. Look at Eric. I can't remember a bigger sore loser than this. It's like when Ali knocked out Sonny Liston and Liston held up that sign that said, "I actually won, boxing fraud." In Pennsylvania, a Republican federal judge dismissed the campaign's lawsuit seeking to throw out nearly 7 million Pennsylvania votes, declaring that the president's lawyers presented strained legal arguments without merit and speculative accusations, unsupported by evidence. In the United States of America, this cannot justify the disenfranchisement of a single voter, let alone all the voters of its sixth most populated state. I don't know why they're surprised. It's always been there, right on the president's hat. Make America great again. Except you, Pennsylvania. Suck it, wit whiz. Delicious. Delicious. This lawsuit was essentially the last major case seeking to throw out or block enough votes that could swing a key state in the president's favor. But the POTUS, for not much modus, had this defiant statement.
Just a flesh wound.
The president's legal team immediately appealed on Sunday, but legal experts say the appeal's chances of success are inconceivable. Coincidentally, that is also the motto of his university. After the ruling, several Republicans said it was time for the president to give up, including Pennsylvania Senator Pat Toomey, seen here on Bring Your Forehead to Work Day. Toomey released a statement over the weekend declaring, with today's decision by Judge Matthew Brann, a longtime conservative Republican whom I know to be a fair and unbiased jurist, to dismiss the campaign's lawsuit, the president has exhausted all plausible legal options to challenge the result of the presidential race in Pennsylvania, adding, these developments together with the outcomes in the rest of the nation confirm that Joe Biden won the 2020 election and will become the 46th president of the United States. Did you hear that, Republicans? He said it, and he didn't immediately burst into flames. You can summon that courage too. Just resist the peer pressure and tell the world once and for all, I'm in a democracy and I don't care who knows it. No one's going to judge you for it. Heck, this 4th of July, you could even march in the Democracy Pride Parade. Toomey was not alone. Yesterday, we also heard from Michigan representative and man who didn't expect to see a woman like you in an official photo like this. Fred Upton. Upton said it's time for his party to face facts.
No one has come up with any evidence of any fraud. No one's found a pickup truck with a bunch of ballots.
It's true, and I think Rudy has searched that truck from top to bottom because I'm pretty sure that's motor oil running down his face. Another Republican who says enough is enough is Maryland Governor and Wallace who ate Gromit, Larry Hogan. Hogan had harsh words about the president's attempt to steal Michigan's electoral votes by blackmailing their legislative leaders.
I thought the pressuring of the legislators to try to somehow, change the outcome with electors was completely outrageous. We're beginning to look like we're a banana republic.
Please, Governor, we don't look like a banana republic. If anything, we're a J-coup. But it's a slight stretch. I like it, but it's a slight stretch. But the biggest name to turn on the president was clearly former New Jersey governor and depressed Fred Flintstone, Chris Christie. Christie said it was time for the president to concede, and he put the blame on the White House legal team.
They allege fraud outside the courtroom, but when they go inside the courtroom, they don't plead fraud and they don't argue fraud. The president's legal team has been a national embarrassment.
Chris, that's not fair. His lawyers are an international embarrassment. Well, with so many people humiliated by the absolute incompetence of his legal team, the president did what had to be done and fired someone named Sidney Powell. Now, if you don't know who she is, congratulations. Now, you don't have to know, but I'm going to tell you anyway. She was Michael Flynn's lawyer, and she's been floating wild conspiracy theories like the president lost Georgia because Governor Bryant Kemp has been bribed by a Venezuelan front company in cahoots with the CIA to throw elections to communists, and that, among others, the guy responsible for rigging the election was Hugo Chavez. One slight problem, Chavez has been dead since 2013. Though I gotta say, he still looks healthier than Mitch McConnell. Powell's conspiracy theories are so out there that it became too much for even Rudy Giuliani to tolerate. Not only did he fire Powell, he tried to will her out of existence. In a statement, he and POTUS lawyer Jenna Ellis said that Sidney Powell is practicing law on her own, adding she is not a member of the president's legal team. Yes, she doesn't work with him at all. It's just a coincidence that during Giuliani's 2-hour press conference, she was on stage the entire time. It's a simple mix-up. They invited Sidney Powell, but they meant to invite Sidney Powell Total Landscaping. Despite the current administration being unwilling to accept the inevitable, Joe Biden keeps on doing president stuff. Today, he named his pick to head the State Department, former Deputy Secretary of State and Ambassador to Silver Foxistan, Antony Blinken, another Biden pick who we all know from never having heard of him. Not the CEO of an oil company, not a former Fox News host, not even a guy who Kid Rock recommended from Guitar Center. But there is something that rings a bell about his name. Antony Blinken. His name is A. Blinken. A. Blinken! A. Blinken will be joined in Biden's cabinet by Interior Secretary Joe George Washington and Attorney General J.F.K. Blinken's record is spotless, except for one rhinestone glued in the corner, because on his Twitter bio, you'll see his titles from the Obama administration, his co-founding of West Exec Advisors, and hold your horses, follow A. Blinken on Spotify? Oh, you know I will, because our new Secretary of State has his own rockin' dad band And here's a little taste with the man himself on the vocals.
Expect you to feel the way I do, that this love is for real.
I'm sorry. Woo, baby, that's some foggy bottom. If his diplomacy is as smooth as those hot licks, we're back on the world stage, baby. This man is going to lock Israeli and Palestinian leaders in a room. And when things get tense, he's going to pull out that guitar and say, you two get to negotiating, or I'm going to start playing Stairway to Heaven. The coronavirus continues to surge to record levels. That's an emotional shift there. Sorry, let me try that again. But don't cut this part out. I want the people to see the sausage being made. The coronavirus continues to surge to record. Did I mention I'm tired? The coronavirus continues to surge to record levels, and I'll tell you all about it in tonight's installment of Catch a Third Wave, Endless Bummer.
I'm coming home for the holidays. Buckle up. Get it? Like my hat. Don't make me shoot you with my blunder virus.
Okay, get out.
2 for 2.
Blunder virus isn't even close to a joke. Blunder virus. Due to the pandemic, the CDC is begging people not to travel for Thanksgiving. Here's how former CDC Director Dr. Tom Frieden put it this weekend.
We're all so sick and tired of this virus, but unfortunately, it is spiraling out of control. When people travel, the virus travels. And this Thanksgiving could be the Super Bowl of super spreading events.
No, don't put it that way, please. People love the Super Bowl. You have to compare it to a party people don't want to attend. Call it the awkward retirement party for Patricia from accounting who doesn't want to retire but is being forced to by the company, and she's crying while packing up the kitten figurines on her desk, and you don't want to say anything because you don't want to be the one who she feels close to now of super spreading events. Frieden continued.
Better to have a Zoom Thanksgiving than an ICU Christmas.
As a sobering thought, and the title of a very grim Hallmark movie. This holiday season, every family needs to have a COVID plan, especially the first family, because on Friday we learned that Don Jr. tested positive for the coronavirus. Oh my God, that is so sweet. Don Jr. finally got something from his father. Now let me just say, DJ TJ is asymptomatic, which is great news, and I wish him a full and lengthy recovery. But I also wish to make fun of him because after his diagnosis went public, he took to Instagram from his quarantine cabin to give this very dumb update.
Hey guys, Don Jr. here. You may have seen it by now, but apparently I got the Rona.
Yeah, the Rona. Coming this fall to CBS, Don Jr. is Bro Doctor. So, we got your test results. Looks like you got the tubercs. Which means from, a medical POV, your prognosis sucks ass, dude. Such a trage. On the bright side, your oxygen saturation is at 69 up top. According to Don Jr., he doesn't just feel good, he also looks good.
I think you can tell I probably look okay for me. You can see I don't have the red eyes like they claimed I had for apparently using cocaine prior to my RNC speech.
First of all, no one claimed you had red eyes. You had red eyes. Also, no one is thinking about that right now. Methinks the alleged cokehead doth protest too much. I don't have red eyes or powder-dipped nostrils. And my dealer's totally not upstairs cutting lines on a taxidermied moose head. Trent, are you ready to do this? I got the Rona. We've got a great show for you tonight. Glenn Close is here. But when we come back, meanwhile, join us.